Wait, we're starting now? I'm just fucking around.
You confused me. All right, we're officially starting now.
Let's be professional. That's the blooper part, right?
Yeah, that's the blooper part.
Let's go.
All right. What up, y'all? This is KOS, Knowledge Itself. I'm Vector. We're all the way to the end is Nato. We have our special guests, K1 and Konami, homie. And our topics today, what we're going to discuss about is current trends. One of those being Drake recently breaking the record for 1 billion streams. Tagashi 69 on trolling, how that's paying the toll right now. And I don't know about that. And then also Chance the Rapper recently brought
the Chicago.
Trying to buy
the Chicagoist,
yeah,
that's pronounced.
Cannot pronounce that.
Chicagoist.
And then making hip hop healthy, and then the K1 and Konami's. You're a special guest. So, what's your guys' topic?
Man, let's talk about the energy that today's music is bringing to culture.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that. I'm with it.
Cool.
That's cool. With me. Let's do that.
All right. So, first topic. So, I'm sure you guys heard about like what's going on with Drake and his 1 billion streams.
I actually haven't.
No,
either.
No shit. Okay, we're gonna fill them in there.
I don't.
You guys follow Drake?
Not at all.
No, I anticipated this.
Not me.
It's a great artist, but I don't follow him.
Was it a song or a whole project?
I think it was
whole
the latest album.
Yeah.
I did see the link for it, but I didn't click
The
on
two-sided
it and
album?
get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a Scorpion
Scorpio.
two-sided album.
I definitely did not hear anything off of that.
That's good.
So, this is what happened. So, apparently, Drake paid off.
I mean, there's he of course he's gonna start off like that. Yeah, that's Justin. That's what Justin's gonna do. He's gonna be like, so he paid so and so.
That's how I roll. So,
Going hard.
if anyone hasn't heard the news, so Drake made history by breaking, a record by having his album, have 1 billion streams. So, going with that topic, how do you guys feel? Like, is that streaming? That's the way to go in terms of like albums, or how do you guys feel about that?
I feel like as far as streaming goes, nowadays streams can be paid for. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard to really judge that, especially if somebody has the ability and the money and the backing to just pay for streams. It's like, but then again, it is Drake. A lot of people are like real fans of his music. But 1 billion, man, I don't know. That's
like when I first heard, I was like, billion. I was like, that sounds
a two-sided
like,
album. 1 billion, like nobody's sitting through a whole two-sided album.
So with streams, does that mean like it's the whole? That means like literally the whole from front
Complete
to
album.
back, the complete album. Is that what, or did people just
Is
like
that what it entails?
that? What it entails?
Yeah.
Streaming, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't feel like
I
anybody's
feel-
sitting through the whole
you
Drake
know what?
album.
I feel like there's a lot of people
There's a
that
lot of
listen
people
to both sides of the album. I think that it was a great marketing strategy. Whatever, you gotta. There's traditions of hip hop, like as somebody who grew up like in the '90s and that type of hip hop, like I can see why it's frowned upon. But at the same time, like you gotta adjust with the time. So by him doing that was a perfect marketing strategy. I mean, you get it how you get it. I mean, at the end of the day, he's still feeding his family. He's establishing his legacy. He makes countless of hits. Like Drake's been relevant for what at least 10 years.
Yeah,
at least 10 years. So, I mean, it is what it is. He had to make that move, and I feel like it was a strategic move. I don't feel like anybody else has done it. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he's definitely in that fashion. He's a trendsetter. So more people are gonna figure out the formula and start paying for streams. I mean, if you like you said, if you have the money to invest into it, why not?
it's like a return on investment, and it's from the start of it all. It's a good. I never really thought about that because there was like a rumor going around that he paid. Justin was about to touch it. Vector was about to touch it. That he paid someone $250,000 apparently to get like everything on there. Whether I don't know if that's true or not, but like you said, if you got the money and the cash for it, why not?
Why not?
And then it's a return on investment. I mean, like you said, like it's a smart idea. Cough up a little money, billion streams. And I was researching online today before we got here about how much money you make per stream. There's really not a lot. You have to be like on the Drake's level to maintain, obviously, that whatever he made for that billion of streams, because I think it's like 0.0008 cents per stream. So that's 800 or whatever of dollars or whatever per stream. So you're not, unless you're making that relatively of legacy of hip hop, you're not going to make that revenue. And I think streaming is a good and bad thing in a sense.
I recently got $20 for streaming.
To it.
Yeah. What was that again?
I got $20 for streaming.
How long have you been streaming for?
It was for mood music, so I guess
about 4 months.
That's really not. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, you know, as a, how do you feel about that then?
I was happy I got something. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Listening.
Yeah, any type of profit is good profit because definitely. I mean it's definitely like it's a learning experience.
Yeah,
so
5 seconds.
If you're able to make $24, you know, off of this one, then you can figure out how to double your profit the next time around. It's all about. It's just about making strategic moves, and that's what I feel like. Artists who have the money like invested into them or that they've made, they just have, you know, they can make strategic moves. It's good to have like a good marketing team behind you. I feel like that's
marketing is
like
key, man.
That's the staple.
Yeah,
in an artist's like in an artist structure.
Yeah, and then plus finishing that off like with that aspect, he's becoming like trendy. So he's becoming like since he paid off that specific company, now his album is like going more in the forefront, like when you're searching as far as like what's hot.
Yeah.
So I mean, marketing wise, it was smart. Tekashi 69. I mean, I'm sure you heard the news. He was talking a lot of mess, and now it caught up with him.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
So it's more like boy who cried wolf, and now he's eating his words. So,
you know what?
I don't know if he is eating his words yet.
I definitely think it's all marketing because I mean, not really to like compare him to like 50 Cent, but like 50 Cent came in a game he bashed everybody.
Yeah,
he went at everybody's throat. And Tekashi 6ix9ine, like him being a youngster, him having a rainbow colored hair, tattoos all over his face, he looks different. So for
like
somebody,
a joke.
Yeah, so
he looks like a gimmick altogether.
Yeah,
but I mean it's smart. Like how many gimmicks have we grown up on? I mean, I'm pretty sure like everybody at one point in time watched wrestling. Like
that's true.
Those gimmicks, like they got us through some times in our years. We grew up like liking these people, so. I think for this generation, they kind of see him like, what he's doing is like, oh yeah, man, damn, this kid is, because I think whoever's backing him is like very intelligent.
They have to be
and pushing him.
Young 50.
Yeah,
Young
but
50.
you also did heard that that recent robbery situation that he got into, like where he got pistol whipped.
I definitely don't.
Is there a video on it?
There's not
a video.
Honestly,
I didn't read too much.
He dropped a song. The same day like that got posted.
He dropped Fifi.
Strategic.
Right? Yeah, it was strategic. So when I seen I saw the pictures that they posted of him in the hospital. Like it just didn't look real. It didn't even feel real to me. Like
especially for someone getting pistol whipped, like it's like, well, where's the damage? That was my first thought.
Because he came back, the next day, and I mean, he does what he do best. Like he goes out into the community, and he's an active, he plays an active role in the community. Goes and give money out to like the children and everything. But like when I saw like his face and stuff, he didn't look that bad. I mean, of course, like in like the industry, they do use like a lot of makeup and stuff, and men as well. So I mean, that could have been the case, but it just didn't. It didn't seem like that to me. So
the bruise could have been makeup itself.
Yeah, I feel like it was a strategic move. Like, and then for him to drop like a song with Nicki Minaj, like who's pretty relevant, and she just dropped her CD recently. So it was like it was all strategy.
Perfect storm.
Yeah. And then them all being from New York, like that's not coincidental. Like he's getting like legends of New York. Like
at the moment, he's beefing with YG again over Twitter. So like if he did get an ass whooping like that, why is he back doing what he's doing?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Like me growing up, like in the hood, like politics are different. Politics are definitely different from like the Los Angeles area compared to the New York area. So they get out in a different way. I mean, we're always going to be at odds with each other because we wasn't raised the way that they were raised. So
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's always like, so to them, it's going to like us, being outsiders looking in, it's always going to seem like it's a facade, and then, vice versa.
I just hope that in this Troy era, I hope they learn. Because if worse comes to worse, like you get what you speak into existence.
That's true.
Like, true.
You keep talking about death, and I don't listen. It's going to come. I don't listen to his music a lot, but I do hear people bumping in the street, and you hear what he talks about. It's like, damn, bite your tongue sometimes. I mean, I get it, troll, whatnot, but what comes around,
you're pushing it.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely should learn from like Pac and Big. Like, I don't know if a lot of people really like listen to their lyrics like that, but they were sowing a lot of death into their life. They were speaking a lot of death into their life. So
too.
they reaped what they sowed. So I definitely like that's my disappointment with him. Like you just gotta be mindful what you say.
All right, cool. Well, we're about to wrap up and move on to Chicagoist, Chance the Rapper. So, have you guys heard about that?
I haven't.
I have not.
Well, Vector scooped me in a little bit towards the end yesterday. I did some research on it too. It's a pretty interesting thing right now. So go ahead, touch upon everybody.
So, what I researched was, and David can correct me if I'm wrong on this one. So, the whole controversy is one of the editors from the Chicagoist said something that offended Chance, which he was calling him a deadbeat dad. And and what was interesting is like Chance didn't come out and say that he brought the Chicagoist. He released 4 songs. Mm-hmm. And within one of those 4 songs, he pretty much calls it out as like, says like, hey, I brought the Chicagoist. And then after that song was finished, like it just online just went nuts. And then he formally announced it from a receptionist saying like, no, hey, he potentially brought it. So
that's actually pretty legit. Like, cause I feel like instead of going about it like the wrong way or an angry way or even a disrespectful way, he just did a big business move and was like,
he bought it, so
right?
No, like he said that he's gonna fire that dude.
No, that's pretty legit though. You know what I'm saying? Like, buy a whole company just to fire one person. I'm all for it.
Is that petty though? Like
it's super petty, but I'm still all for it. It was the dopest petty move.
I wouldn't call it a petty move. I'd call it just a reign of power, in my opinion. You bite the dragon, you're gonna get the reaction to it. And I think other things that Chance wanted to do was he wanted to use the Chicagoists to actually help with other voices in the community to give them an outlet too. So I think the getting him fired, that'd be tight, but I think the motives behind it were a lot better than just that, because he's actually, like he said in an interview, not interview, but they're saying, because he's a social activist and what else he's done in that for Chicago, that part of him purchasing the Chicagoist was to help other people get that voice out and to give like an actual like community-based news frontier rather than just like the media outlets we have now, which I think is genius because we needs that. People need that.
That was definitely a smart business move. I don't know if he's going to even fire that dude. We just, that's all speculation.
I would be like, work for me, man. I'd be like, work for me.
Nobody, ain't no telling how long that guy's been in, that industry. So to do that and utilize his, his skill set to really touch on the subjects of Chicago. I know Chicago gets a lot of bad rap, but I feel like it's a lot of good in that city as well. I think just him having creative control over the newspaper would be a good move. Only because if we look at our news today, they pretty much it's creative control. So they show us what they want us want to show us, and then a lot of times it's stuff to get us, get a reaction out of us.
There's like an agenda to it.
Right.
Or even turning us against each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what
and
media does.
I believe the news and the media just in general, it sows a lot of division.
A lot.
Oh yeah,
very. Whose agenda they always pushing? It's always something different. It's always creating chaos, and it's always creating just a negative.
Controversy.
Yeah,
There's money behind it.
and fear as well too. Because
you know what? I think some dude, I'm not sure what the author's name was, but he wrote a book on I think it was entitled "Controversy Creates Dollars or Cash" or something.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that's an interesting read. Yeah, for sure. I read some of the book, and it was legit. It was spot on. Some of the stuff that he said.
Yeah, cool. All right. So that about wraps it up. So we're gonna move on to our next topic.